Thanks for joining us today on the What Podcast, helping you to support local, use local and buy local. Letting you know what's happening, what's on and what's on offer in the local area. The What Podcast.
Welcome to the What Podcast. Thanks for joining us today. Podcast is sponsored by whatoffers.co.uk, local podcast and platform dedicated to supporting local businesses wherever you are. So support local, use local and buy local. Now today's podcast is sponsored by Buttons and Blethers, the local arts and crafts supply store in Dunfermline, based in Elgin Industrial Estate. If you haven't been down to see them yet, then get yourself down to Buttons and Blethers, where you can find all your arts and crafts supplies, get repairs on your sewing machine and things like that, and you can also get arts and crafts classes if you want to learn something new. So get yourself down to Buttons and Blethers, and thank you again for Buttons and Blethers for sponsoring the What Podcast. If you would like your business to become a sponsor of the What Podcast, then get in touch with us. You can email me directly at liam@whatoffers.co.uk, or you can get in touch through the website. Now, this week we've had a lot going on. There's a lot of negatives in the world at this minute in time, unfortunately, between tax cuts and U-turns on tax cuts and wars and annexations and all these sort of things. Positives, well, Dunfermline, we officially got our city status this week. King Charles and the Queens Consort came to Dunfermline this week to sign over the paperwork to officially make us a city. So that's it. We're now a city. So the one thing I'm curious is, obviously over the coming months and years, we're going to see more and more houses getting built. The plans are already in a lot of places in and around Dunfermline for these things to happen, and that's going to attract more people coming from other places, and rightly so. We're going to attract more people coming from Edinburgh because a lot of people like to come over and get houses here because it's clearly cheaper to buy a house in Dunfermline than it is in Edinburgh. But these people are going to be commuting every day, which is fine, it's no far. But, it'd be nice to see us attracting these people to stay and use the services in Dunfermline, use the local amenities. But I think we need to see more things happening. I think we need to see more things happening in the city centre that, entice people to go in, because unless you're specifically going in to shop for something, there's not a lot to do, really. Yeah, you can go down to the cafes and you can, you go loads of restaurants and, things like that. But in terms of activities, I think we just need more. So hopefully that'll happen. One of the things that I was looking at this week is I took a nip into Dobbies Garden Centre this week. And I don't often go up to Dobbies, to be honest with you, but the wife had seen a couple of posts and she mentioned it to me. And I was curious to have a look because there was a couple of reports about Waitrose coming to Dobbies. And I'm not necessarily a Waitrose fan. It's not something I use, but my wife was curious, so she wanted to have a look. So we nipped up to Dobbies to have a little look, and I must admit it was a little bit underwhelming. I expected to walk in and see where they obviously have the food area, the groceries and shopping and stuff. I expected that to be completely overtaken by Waitrose. I expected that to be the brand, and in reality what it appeared to be was a couple of the shelving sections that had Waitrose products on them, and that was it. There was no big sort of Waitrose presence that I expected. The one big presence that I did get as soon as I walked into Waitrose, as soon as I walked into Dobbies, the first thing I was hit by was Christmas trees left and right, big archway with all the decorations and loads more Christmas trees inside and Santas everywhere, and it was just like you literally got whacked in the face with Christmas. I just thought, oh wow, it's finally it's that time of year, it's here again. Even my daughter was with me, and she's only young, and she as much as she likes Christmas, even she says, already? Christmas already? Feels like the last one just finished. So we've got Christmas coming up, and that's not really what I wanted to talk about, but obviously with Christmas coming up, what we do have is we're going to have all the local businesses that want to start promoting their booking your Christmas nights out, your Christmas dinners, your Christmas parties, and all that sort of stuff. And we're going to start doing some short videos on that very soon to help you to sort of see the local places you can use, whether it be for Halloween or Christmas or New Year or whatever it might be. And we're going to start getting them out soon. But the one thing that, going back to the whole Dobbies Waitrose thing, is that what really stuck in my throat was the fact that, Waitrose is a huge brand, obviously, and clearly they make a lot of money, especially when, clearly some of the products were twice as much as what they were if you bought them locally elsewhere. Anyway, just on the premise that this was happening, Dunfermline Press and the Courier both decided to do a big spread. So they done a news post in the paper and online and stuff like that to report the fact that Waitrose was coming to Dunfermline. That was the title. Waitrose is coming to Dunfermline. And, clearly Waitrose didn't come to Dunfermline. Clearly what happens is Waitrose sent up a truck with a few shelves worth of supplies. But that's irrelevant. Waitrose coming to Dunfermline, it's no really massive news. It wasn't like they were opening a brand new store and building a building that was going to employ hundreds of people or anything like that. No extra people got employed, nothing extra happened. All they did is put a few things on a shelf, and that was it. So, did it really justify and warrant a local media outlet, 2 local media outlets, doing a big spread to promote this big national brand that has more money than sense? I don't think so. And this is the problem that we have, through the whole of the UK, no matter where you are. The media and big outlets and big companies and national brands and things like that, they're all tied. A national brand just has to wipe its nose and suddenly it's news, whereas the local guy, he can go to extraordinary lengths to provide great service for his customers, provide great products for his customers. He can, work his heart out and sometimes no make a lot of money and barely scrape by making a living, and nobody notices, and that's what gets me. And that's kind of why we started what? It was giving people, local people that run local businesses, a bit of a voice on a platform, because, I know that a lot of businesses and a lot of people use social media sites like Facebook and Twitter, and businesses, think that's great because, they can, put up a post and maybe get some responses and, so on and so forth. But the reality is that, if you try, social media in general, whatever platform you're on, you're again still competing with these big national brands, because it takes a lot of time and a lot of effort and a lot of planning to try and make social media work in any resemblance. You look at some of these big national brands, well, most of them, probably all of them, they'll have whole teams of social media people sitting there working out the best time of the day to put out a post, the best day of the week to put out what type of post, the best hashtags to use, the best ways to target, the best, they'll know everything, ins and outs about analytics and stuff like that. And they have a whole team of people doing all of that, and then still have another team of people that will be putting together the content and creating graphics and, all this sort of stuff. And then on top of that, they've got the massive budget that they can use to sponsor these posts and promote the posts and stuff like that. And the little guy or the little girl who, is running a local business, whether it be an arts and crafts supply shop, or whether it be a local restaurant, or whether it be a club or a class, or whether it be a joiner or a plumber, or whatever it is you might run as a business. The fact of the matter is you're still competing with these businesses, because you're going to put your post and you're competing for that exposure, and it's difficult, and that's why what does is we create a platform that's only for local businesses, no national brands. We don't have any massive advertising budgets required to use our site or anything like that. You can add your business for free, and everybody's got an equal voice, and that's the key element. Now, if you want to find local businesses where you can find local businesses, you can find the products, you can find any offers that they have on, any recruitment that they're doing at the minute, you can see any news or information about the business, and you see everything about the business in one place. And that's the idea of what we've tried to do with What, so that every local business has the opportunity to have an equal voice, no longer drowned out by the constant message from national brands because they've got big, deep pockets. So, if you want to see all the local businesses in your area, head over to whatoffers.co.uk and you can see all the local businesses and what they have to offer in your area. If you are constantly on social media, then why not check out at What Offers? And every day we're starting our new social media campaign, which we're still working on some additions to it, but we're currently putting out posts every day, introducing new businesses that are joining What Offers on a daily basis, as well as our partners and sponsors. So have a look, see all the businesses, click on them, come over, check out what they've got to offer, or just come over to whatoffers.co.uk directly. You can join for free and you can sync with business so you can be the first to know about everything that's happening when they put up a new offer or post or something like that. And it makes it just easier for you to support your local businesses. So we hope you come over and use the platform, and we hope you help support local businesses, which is what it's all about. So, thank you very much for watching. That's it for today. That's all I've got to say. Rant over. And I'll see you next week with another episode of the What Podcast. Until then, have a great weekend. And remember to support local, use local, and buy local wherever you are. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.
Thanks for joining us today. Remember, whatever you need, head over to whatoffers.co.uk or what.live to see more of our podcasts, and join us again to see what's up next.